You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Welcome to the Doug Bellcast. And now, here is your host, the star of Ring My Bell, Doug Bell. Hey, what's up? It's Doug Bell. Feeling really good today. I got energy. I feel really like just things are like flowing in the right direction. Looks like somebody still got something going on. It's funny. Somebody told me, they're like, you look like Billy Burr in King for Staten Island. He played the fireman, right? And I'm like, do you think so? I don't know. Yeah, but I think I do look like a fireman. So if anyone knows if Billy's doing like another movie or something like where they're playing firemen, like I think I should do it. Because I really like to be. I would be so good with that too, because I could riff. Like if it's a comedy, I could just kind of like, do like hold the hose, like it's my you-know-what, just kind of hold it and point it. I mean, how funny would that be? I mean, Burr would be cracking up. He likes it when I like riff with stuff. I like remember Burr used to hang at the Cellar. I remember I'd pick up the salt and pepper shaker, and it's just like I made like funny eyes with it like that. He smiled about that. Because everybody tries to be so like intellectual, but I just go for like the gusto. I go for the gusto, just try to really get the big laugh. But he liked it when I would do the salt and pepper shaker thing with the eyes. He'd get a kick out of that. He pretended he wasn't looking, but I caught him looking over there. And I'm like, it's all right. You can use it. I told him if you want to do it, you can do it, but just give me credit. Like if you're on stage and you do it, I told him just give me a little credit. Hey, that's for you, Bell. Something like that. But then he's doing like, because I told you Billy and I, we talked about like how much we both liked firemen. Like I remember that. One time we were sitting at the Cellar late at night, I'm tipping a few back, and Bill's like, I gotta go. I'm like, come on, Burr, sit down, talk to Bell. And I go, come on, man, let's talk about firemen. I remember that. And, I was a little loaded too, I had, 1 or 17 drinks. And so I'm like, let's talk about firemen, And then next thing you know, he's doing a King for Staten Island, and Bell's out in the cold. Bell's out in the cold. That's not right. But hey, happier subjects, But yeah, we would talk about all kinds of like civil service stuff. I think I told him one time I was going to write a movie about guys that worked on like an oil rig. I said, Burr, you'd be perfect for it. You could be like my second, like my right-hand man in that one, like I'll be like the guy fighting the oil rig fire, and you can be like the guy who like calls in for help. I walked him through the whole thing. But then all of a sudden, I said people change when they get a cartoon or a couple other things. Because he was doing F is for Family. I told him how funny would it be. I even said to him, I gave him a call. I said, how funny would it be if you did B is for Bell? He goes, I'm not making those. I said, come on. I rang the bell on the phone. I did like that. I could hear him cracking up. B is for Bell. I go, my family's so different than yours. Like it'll be a lot like about like my rise and my journey. I told him I could do like just ring my bell trivia like in cartoon form. I thought that'd be so fucking great. Like yours is about family, but B is for Bell would just be kind of like about the whole empire. I told him I got the whole thing going like this. It's like synergy, But I guess he's just out. He didn't like the idea. I think he was threatened. And he probably talked to Netflix. And like, let's just see, because I'll just go to Hulu or one of those other websites, webpage, whatever webpage will have it, I'll go to. But I got the idea for B is for Bell. So if he wants to make like some buku money, he ought to give me a call back, because he had to go. I'm pumping some gas, Bell, whatever the hell he told me, But I think that it was a great idea, because I like to like work with my friends. You know, like I like to work with people I know. I think we'd be so funny together. Like I told him I'd even give him a part if he wanted to do it. I go, just I'll give you a part. You could just be like I go like whatever. You could be my friend and you got a bell and I got a bell. I call it Bill's bell. You know, Bell's bell and Bill's bell. Like how funny would that be? Like I could hear him like kind of wheels turning. He was getting a kick out of it. Just you know, like I think it'd be a great, really good, fun, really fun idea. I think you'd enjoy. But it's funny, man, too, because he's into rock. He's a drummer, plays drums, and I mean, I could kind of like, I mean, believe me, I can carry a tune. I don't think I could be like a professional drummer, but I mean, you wouldn't know that I'd never played before. I mean, you know, it's kind of like it's got like a boom, 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 a little do. And I was into hip hop and stuff. When I was younger, I used to like hip hop. You know, the hip, like I just loved it. And I remember, so funny. I seen the Stones. A friend of mine, this girl I knew, she was a tailor. She worked like she made clothes and blah, blah, blah. And she was a tailor. Well, we thought you meant she was a hand, Bill. Tailor hand. But seriously, she made clothes. And she had done some stuff for Mick Jagger. She made him like a pair of pants or something, cufflinks. And he loved her. He thought she was great and blah, blah, blah. So she's going to the show. I'm like, come on, bring me along. It's 2005. She goes, nah, I really can't. I go, come on, just give me the pass. I'll come with you. So I ain't proud of this, but I took a copy of her pass and I like photocopied it and I laminated it. So I show up, you know, and the guy looks at me, I go, what the hell is this? I go, I'm with Deirdre. Like, so she had to come out. She goes, what are you doing? I go, hey, I got the pass, you know. I gotta wait at her, you know. And, you know, she's like, all right, get in here, Bell. You know, what the hell are you doing? I even told the security guy, hey, thanks for your service. You know, I said something like funny to him, you know. I was a little drunk though when I showed up. She's like, you got to go. But I'm like, come on, let me just meet the guys, you know, because the show, I mean, they're going to go up there and just rock out. I'm like, let me just go out there and enjoy. So I'm walking around, boom, boom, boom. I mean, I'm standing next to some girl. I'm like, you think they're going to play Satisfaction? You know, I told her that and she thought like, you know, just to let her know I'm a fan, you know, like I like the band. It's not my first time hearing them. And they played it, you know, which is so cool. So I go backstage after, blah, blah, blah. I see Deirdre back there. She's like, all right, Doug, it's been good seeing you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what are you doing? So I'm poking around, boom, boom. And I look in one of the rooms and it's Mick Jagger. He's just standing there with a couple of people. So I go, hey, I'm a friend of Deirdre's, Doug Bell. And he goes, you know, he's so British, you know. So again, normally I would never recommend this, but again, I was, you know, 2 bells to the wind. So I walked in there and I'm like, I go, damn glad to meet you, Mickey. And he's, you know, he's like, how did you get in here? You know, he's playing it up. So I go, dude, I'm such a fan. You know, I told him that. I'm like, dude, I go, Satisfaction is so good. And I go, the dance moves. I even did, because he had a couple people there. And I like to entertain, show off. So I go like, ooh, and I do like a couple of Mick moves in front of the people. And I go like, ooh, you know, I do a couple of his moves, like, you know, and they were like, ooh, you know, this guy's all right. They were stunned, kind of quiet. But it was fun. You know, it was, he got a kick out of it. I think Mickey got a kick out of it. And I asked him if I could sit. I go, you mind if I sit? And he goes, no, mate, you can't because I got family, you know. That's my Jagger impression. It's not really him. It's me doing him. But I can't really do it, you know. So he says, all right, Mickey, hint taken, you know. I rang the bell on the way. I'm like, you know, but thanks for doing Satisfaction. No, serious. That's a great tune. Because it really is good if you've heard it. So I walk into the room, I just walk in and there's a bunch of people like in this waiting room in the back. They always have waiting rooms with people. And, you know, they're all waiting. I just tell me, I just come from Mickey. I'm talking to him. And, I see I see Stevie Tyler. I see Stevie Tyler there from Arrowsmith. He's got the outfit on. I joked at him. So I walk over. I go, hey, where's all your little, I go, where's the bandana pants? You know, I said something like that to him. Like, where's the bandana pants, you know? And he goes, what? And I go, dude, I had to tell him. I'm like, dude, I'm obsessed with you guys. I go, Dream On was so good. And he was like, I think he appreciated that. He was like, oh, thanks, man. I go, no bullshit. I mean, I got real with him. Yeah, I got real with him. I put my hand on his shoulder. I'm like, no bullshit. And I told him, like, I'm such a fan. Like, I love Walk This Way. I'm like, that song was so underrated. No one gave you guys credit for that song, but I thought it was great. And I told him that. I'm like, I know what it's like to be, to not get the credit. And I told him that too. I was like, can we talk for a couple minutes? And he was like, well, and I'm like, come on, man, I just talked to Mickey, you know, Mickey J, I called him. I just talked to Mickey J. So I take Stevie out in the hallway and I'm just like, you know, I know what it's like to have that journey. Yeah, I told him that too, because I do. So funny though, because I wanted to ask like real questions. Like I didn't want to be a fan. You know, you don't want to be a fan. I wanted to like connect, because I told him I was gonna ring my bell, and you know, I even pulled the bell out, boom, 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 like you guys are gonna put this on a record, boom, 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 whatever the beat is. And I go, you still, I asked him, I'm like, are you still friends with Run DMC? Did you hang out with those guys? Like, because I figured he'd be kind of impressed that I knew that he did that song with them. Like, I didn't just think Walk This Way was like, I was talking about the Run DMC version, and I think he got a kick out of it. He was like, oh, all right, you're a fan. Like, he knew that I was like familiar, you know. So he keeps trying to walk back inside. I guess he's got like 4 or 5 girls with him. So I walk in with him. I'm like, you know, hey, don't hog all the ladies, Stevie. I'm joking, you know. He was sober at the time too. And I'm just playing jokes. I'm drinking a martini. I got the olive. I put the olive under there, you know. It's so funny, dude. I'm like, you know, like if my friends could see me now, I'm like, you know, this is way back, but I was like, where's Burr? You know, Burr would love this. So I go to him, because I was talking about Run DMC and the girls he's with. I'm like, I know that song too. I've heard that. And they were like, it's cool, man. I told him I was Doug Bell. And I had a couple of Ring My Bell clips. I sat in between them and I was like showing them Ring My Bell clips. And they were like, it's cool. And I had one, it was like 11 minutes. It was really funny. It was just Rami asking questions, and it was like a greatest hits where I'm like, ring the bell. You know, it's all these moments with me, you know, and, but then I told him, like, dude, that rap, you know, and I even did a little bit, like, you know, I was feeling no pain, you know, I was getting a couple of bells to the wind, and I get up there and I was like a hippity hip, boom, 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 and I'm spitting out a few rhymes, and ring my bell, bell my ring, you know, I'm doing like stuff like that to for Stevie and the girls, and they're getting a kick out of it too. Like I don't think they knew that they were gonna like it as much as they did, but one girl kept smiling at me, so I'm like, let me have your number, you know, but she was with him, and it got a little awkward because he was like, what do you know, I was like, sorry, dude, you know, like, I don't, you know, this is what we do. This is like rock and roll, bucko. This is what we do. I even said that to him. It's rock and roll, bucko. And he got like a little bit weird, but I seen also back there, it was so crazy too. Cause it was like, you know, I mean, Keith, Mickey, these guys come back, they're talking. I walk over to Keith Richards, and I go, I said, oh God, there's no smoking back here. Don't make me get you thrown out, you know, because he's smoking. And I asked him to put his cigarette out because it was bothering me. You know, it's not right. I kind of said that to him. I'm like, you know, I know you're Mick. I know I'm Mick. He got weird when I said that too. He's like, what? I go, I'm sorry, I'm nervous. I called you Mick. But I'm like, you know, you shouldn't smoke. It's bad for you. I told him I had an uncle who died of emphysema, and I told him he had a hole in the throat and everything. I'm like, do you want that? So, you know, I think I kind of got to him, you know, because he walked away from me, but I think he was thinking, like, I think he was like, yes, Bell's got something, you know, Bell's got something, at least I think. And then I see, this is all you meddlers are going to love this. I shouldn't even tell you who I saw. Tune in next week. Oh, guess who? I see Ulrich and Jimmy Hetfield. Man of God, Ulrich and Jimmy Hetfield are there. I'm like, oh boy, like, cause I'm kind of like, this is '05, so I'm coming off ringing my bell, and things are good. I got energy, I got synergy, I got a lot of synergy. I'm smiling, taking pics, boom, boom, boom. Making connections in the back, getting numbers from agents. Hey, let's talk. Maybe we got something we can do together. Boom, boom, boom. And I see Ulrich and Jimmy Hetfield, and I'm like, oh boy. So I walk over to them, do the handshake. I go, Jimmy, I go, like, you guys, I said, you rock harder than like so many people. I told him that, like, you rock. You guys really get up there. I even did that. I'm like, you guys rock. And Ulrich, I said, dude, the way you drum is something like, you're a great drummer. I tell him. He goes, hey, thanks, man. And I start doing, I'm like, Enter Sandman. I love so much, because I do love that. And tonight to do. I say that to him too. I'm like, I love that part where you go off to Never, Never Land. Like, I told that to Jimmy. I think he liked it too. Like, because people like when they know you're a fan and you're also kind of like in the business. But they, I was a little tipsy. I was drinking a few shots, and Deirdre's like, you got to get out of here. You got to get out of here. I kind of snapped at her in front of Mick. Mickey comes over with her. She's like, you got to get out of here. And I go, what the fuck, dude? I was like loud. I was offended by that. I was like, come here. I'm your guest. I think I said that to him. Like, I'm your guest. She would always hate when I would get drunk and like over enunciate. But I just said, I'm your guest. And then Mickey comes over. He's like, all right, now I think it's time. And I shouldn't have said this. I'm like, dude, you guys are pretty good tonight. Trust me, you rocked. But, and I even I've been talking to Jimmy, and I heard him and Ulrich talking. And they said something about, like, the new album is called, like, The Bigger Bang, I think, '06, '05. And they didn't like it that much. I heard, he goes something like, yeah, it's not, Lars talks so funny. I do the impression. It's not that good, he's joking. And Jimmy goes, yeah, it's not that great. And I told Mick, I'm like, dude, you guys are so good, but you're losing your edge. I go, Deidre, tell me if I'm wrong. And she's like, you got to go, Doug. And he goes, no, what? I go, look, it's not just me. It's Ulrich and Jimmy were saying it. I'm like, there's no shame in like just everybody talking. I go, like, maybe guys can go back in and fix a couple of the songs. Because I'm like, I didn't like the album. I didn't think it was that good. But I like your other stuff. I said Satisfaction is good. The song where you got the girl going, na, 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 na. I forget what it's called, but I'm like, I'm a fan. Like, I like your stuff. And then, I called Jimmy Hetfield over. He goes, what's going on here? He doesn't know. And I go, what were you and Ulrich talking about with the new record? I said, just say it. He's not going to care. I'm like, Mick won't care. Mick's like, go on, what you saying? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, all of a sudden he's scared. So, all right, Mr. Metal. I call him Mr. Metal. I go, oh boy, Mr. Metal's scared. Deirdre's so mad at me. She slapped me. Deirdre slapped me. It was bad. She slapped me. I go, oh, Mr. Metal's scared. And I just felt her hand, pow. She goes, get out of here, Doug. Which was not cool, because I was still a little upset. Ring my bell was off the air, but I needed a friend. Trying to make connections. So anyway, I called the police. I'm not going to get hit and not respond. So I called the police, and I told them she hit me. I'm like, I was assaulted. I said, I'm hanging out with Mickey, Keith, they seen it, Jimmy and Lars. I say, Stevie Tyler's back there somewhere dancing the night away, And I said, it's not right. It's just wasn't right, But hopefully me and Burr will do that thing soon, because Burr loves me, man. He's so crazy. I told you, if you see him, tell him about the salt and pepper shaker. He's gonna go nuts. He's gonna laugh. He'll laugh, like he'll probably crack up, and like the knee slap. He would do that when I would do this, Anyway, so she got in trouble. Deirdre got fired. Mick can't use her anymore because she's like a liability, and blah blah blah. I told. But they asked me to leave too, which I thought was messed up, because she's like, she got me in trouble, and I was like, You know, bells out the cold again. But this was like a rocker one for rockers. I want to do something for rockers, and again with the firemen and just the crazy energy. But I'll see you soon, and you know, I mean, you know, fly wild and stay gold. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell.